Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to continue with some traditional origami, and I was out the other day actually, and since I live in Kyushu and in Nagasaki, I noticed that the Lantern Festival decorations are already going up, which is a little early. The Chinese New Year is from the 10th to the 12th, I think, this year, and the festival here starts on the 10th and runs for about 2 weeks, or 10 days I think it is actually. And so you start seeing decorations popping up all over the place. I thought we'd make a lantern today to kind of go with that. Being a little early though. But this origami is just a pure origami. You just need a square piece of origami paper. I'm going to use standard paper that's 15 by 15 centimeters, and then let you guys know what the dimensions are when we're finished. If you're going to be doing your own Chinese New Year decorations, this is kind of a fun thing to do for that. So we're going to start off here with our paper with the color side facing down. We're going to put some preliminary creases by going ahead and folding our paper in half. Get a good crease there. And then open it up and turn it a little and fold the other way too. Once we get both of those creases marked off, we're going to open this up and fold the outer edges towards the center to create what's called a door base. So I'm going to bring this side into the creased center and then bring the other side as well. Then I'm going to take the top edges and we're going to roll these down to create a little triangle, bringing that top edge right into the center. Make a good crease there. We're going to repeat those steps for all four sides, just bringing each of these edges into the center, creating a nice little flap of triangle here. And we'll do down here as well. Try to keep the layers as flat and smooth as you can. Once we've gotten all of those folded over, we'll flip everything over and take each of these tips and fold towards the center, which should give you a nice creased edge that's right along the bottom of where those flaps are that we folded over from the previous step. If you need to adjust a little to make sure that you've got room for the edge to show up, go ahead and just pull it up a little beyond the creased center if you need to, just to give yourself a little room so that you don't have any tearing or pulling on the sides. Once I've gotten all those folded there, I can flip it over and I'm going to take and fold over each of the four corners. And ideally we want to kind of fold it in, not at a halfway point, but about a third. And really once you get one kind of started, you can kind of eyeball the rest. I'm just folding it over, making a nice 90-degree edge there when I fold it over. And you should get even sides here and here, kind of creating an L within this little shape. And then you can kind of mimic where that was for each of these other sides, kind of looking at how much space you had for each of these as you fold these flaps over. Now there's a lot of paper here, so you want to take your time to try to get a good crease. It can be a little tricky. Try to kind of guide it along a little first before you push it all over. And these are going to pop open, that's okay. We're going to do some extra steps after this to keep everything going the right way. But we get all four of those kind of folded over and you get sort of like a plus sign going in the middle. Then once we get both of those, all four folded in, flip it over. And I'm just going to create a crease here to make the next step a little easier. I'm going to create a crease that goes between these 2 points by just folding this straight up and get a good crease going right underneath there. And then you can open it back up again. We're going to take just the first layer, which really involves 2 pieces of paper. Now there is another little layer pocket in here. We don't want to open that. We just want to take what you can get from that little tip right there. Open it up and do the same thing on this side too. And these parts back here might kind of pop open. That's okay. Try to hold them together with your hands so that you can keep them in place. And then just push up from that tip and open this section out so that you can kind of bring everything around. Those creases are valley creases. We're going to make them mountain creases as you push it around and create a rectangle. So you want to just push it flat and wrap everything around to keep things nice and smooth to create this nice rectangular section at the top of the lantern. And then I'm just going to repeat those steps on the opposite side too. Again, we're just going to put the crease in first to give us a good idea of where we're working from. And if those creases are going the wrong way for this part, but they're correct for the underside, so we'll just reverse here as we work. Get things kind of open and push out, and just try to line things up as much as you can before you smooth it out so that you get a nice smooth edge. And that should give you a completed lantern. And if you need to know dimensions for this, if you're making some kind of fun decorations, we're looking at about 9.5 centimeters tall. And at the widest point here, 7.5 centimeters. So that's the kind of finished dimensions of everything once we get it all put together. And that should give you a completed lantern, which is our finished project for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.